Hello there, welcome to my little video folks. I'm Shelby, your friendly YouTuber and a heck of a Disney fan if I do say so myself. I recently just worked at the Jungle Cruise at Walt Disney World, so today I'm going to tell you guys all about what it's like to be a Jungle Cruise skipper. I feel like a lot of people want to know what it's like to work there because it's something that not everybody gets to do, but I was fortunate enough to be able to be a skipper, so I'm going to share my knowledge with all of you who were interested. Did you have to audition for Jungle Cruise since it's scripted? No. Jungle Cruise is not in any way an entertainment role. It is fully attractions, so any attractions cast member could be placed there. How often do people get on the Jungle Cruise expecting to see real animals? So many times. Do you have to make up your own jokes? No. I think a lot of people think that Jungle Cruise skippers are just like making up everything they say, but that is not true. There's a whole script of pre-written jokes that are approved by Disney. Those are technically the only jokes that you are allowed to say on your boat. There are jokes that some skippers will say that aren't approved. There were a few jokes I said that weren't exactly approved, but they were nothing crazy. My biggest non-approved joke was after I did Backside of Water, I said, that is the only thing in Disney World that's not frozen, because that joke made me laugh. I know, like, one of the things I made up, and I didn't even really make this up, but like kind of, I would say, if you guys had a great time, my name is Shelby. If you did not have a great time, my name is Bob. And that usually got a few laughs. How do you steer when you're not facing forward? I always get scared when the skippers face us. The Jungle Cruise runs on a track system. The skipper is not actually driving the boat, even though they are steering the steering wheel. So when your skipper is facing the boat instead of facing forward, don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Also, once you've done the Jungle Cruise enough times, you can stare at your boat and you know what's coming up, you know which way to steer the steering wheel, you know what the track does. So yeah. Is it possible to crash the boats? Yes. So even though the boats are on a track system, you can still bump into other boats, which definitely happens more than it should. This happened to me one time. Sometimes your boats just drift too close together and they hit, and usually it's nothing too serious or crazy, but it definitely does happen. What was training like for the job? So when you first start training at Jungle Cruise, the first thing you do is learn how to drive the boat, because even though the skipper isn't steering the boat, they are moving the throttle forwards and backwards, so you learn how to do that, and then eventually they will put you out into the river and you will start actually like learning the river. You become really comfortable with standing up and steering the boat. Okay, I did not say Siri. Because once you do first get out there, it is really weird to stand up on a boat. You have to kind of find your footing. It's like really weird at first, but you get used to it. And then after you start working with the boat, they introduce the Jungle Cruise script to you, and that is when you get to kind of pick out what jokes you want to use on your boat. And the thing is with the scripts is that you're not allowed to take them home, and you're not allowed to take pictures of them or anything, so you literally have to go and handwrite all of your jokes, which is something I did. So I just found where I literally wrote down all of my jokes. So on this paper, these were all of the jokes. This is my spiel. This is what I took home and practiced with. Welcome to the world famous Jungle Cruise, where it's fun for everyone. My name is Shelby and I'll be your skipper, tour guide, and if you don't laugh at my jokes, your swimming instructor. By about your third day of training, that is when they'll put you out in the boat and you kind of get to practice driving the boat and doing your spiel. You're just with your trainer. There's nobody, like, there's no guest on your boat yet, but you get to kind of get comfortable with your timing, because you only have a certain amount of time to say the jokes when you pass different scenes. And then you do that a couple times, and then you get people on your boat and you do it for the first time live. And I'm a theater person. I don't really get stage fright, but I was scared to death when I did my first live boat on Jungle Cruise. I was shaking, I was out of breath the whole time, I was so nervous. And I think that's because while you are performing, the performing part doesn't scare me. It was the whole like you're steering a boat and you're looking at guests, making sure they're safe the whole time, and you're memorizing all these jokes, and like, I don't know, it was a lot at one time, and it was really scary. I got that first time over with, and then after that I was so comfortable. I mean, it took me a couple of weeks to be like a-okay at it, but after that I was like, I could do it in my sleep. The training process goes by really fast. Like, you have to learn those jokes really fast, but it's not hard. It's really not hard to remember them because there's a joke for a scene. So when you're passing the gorilla camp, there's a joke for the gorillas. When you're passing the waterfall, there's a joke for the waterfall. Like, it's really easy to remember everything. So yeah, it seems hard, but it's really not that hard. I think a lot of people think that when you're a skipper, the only job that you do is to drive the boats and tell jokes, but that is not true. You also do all of the positions that you see throughout the ride. So the attraction greeter, the fast pass greeter, when you're waiting in line and you get up to merge, the person that asks you how many, that person's a skipper. The people that load you into the boat, the people that unload you out of the boat. There's literally skippers everywhere. We do all of the jobs at Jungle Cruise, so it's just like when you're not in a boat, you're doing those jobs, which is actually really nice because it gives you a really good break from doing your boats. Once you become a skipper, you get to go get your skipper bracelet. It just says skipper on it, like that. But it's like a whole tradition. Like, you have to go to Epcot and you have to like drink a shot of Beverly, and then you get to get your bracelet, and you have to go with a skipper, like somebody who already has their skipper bracelet. So it's like the initiation of becoming a skipper. What was your favorite boat? That's like really hard, actually. My favorite boat? I can tell you my least favorite boat was Gertie. I hate Gertie with all of my heart. I really like Zelda. Zelda never gave me any problems. Zelda had good audio. Zelda was a good boat. I liked Zelda. What do I do if the bottom of the boat becomes the top? Swim. Are the animals real? Yeah, they're really there. Do you wear the hat or fold it like a taco? What was the fashion statement of your choice? Folded like a taco. Who was your favorite passenger? I had so many good people ride my boat, so many people that watch my videos, so many of my friends, so many like little kids that I would meet on my boat, and I just loved them so much. That was like my favorite part. I just loved having the good interactions with people that rode my boat. It just made my day every single time. Who was your favorite fellow skip? Oh, I love my skippers with all of my heart. I made so many good friends at Jungle Cruise, but I love, like, literally so many people that I love from Jungle Cruise. What was your favorite joke? I've been asked this question before, and I don't know, like, that's okay. I really liked whenever I would say, if you guys need me later, I'll be around and around and around every 10 minutes for the rest of my life. Stay in school, kids. There's a joke that I thought of after I left Jungle Cruise, and I'm so mad I didn't say this joke. Around Christmas time, I would do my joke that was, what is a dinosaur's least favorite reindeer? Comet. You know, because that thing happened. Yeah, with like dinosaurs in the comet. Yeah. Have you guys ever actually been on Dinosaur, the ride at Animal Kingdom? No? Yeah. Dinosaur is actually pretty intense. You know, Jungle Cruise used to be intense, but now it's in boats, so. Did you ever swim with the hippos or elephants? That would be awesome. No, I would not touch the Jungle Cruise water with a 30-foot pole. Please do not touch the water. It is absolutely disgusting. People have code V'd in that water. There's like ducks always in that water. There's tadpoles. There is very nasty things in that water. It is the grossest water at Disney World. Please don't touch it. Ew. Any crazy stories of guests on the boats? There's definitely really good boats that you will have where people will just be so nice to you and they'll laugh at like all of your jokes. But there's plenty of times where you have really nasty people on your boat. They'll like sit there and talk over you the whole time, or you'll like say a joke and they'll get mad because they knew the punchline already. They'll be like, haha, I already knew that joke. And you're just like, okay, you've been on this ride before, somebody else hasn't. There's lots of like screaming babies. A little kid threw up right next to my feet one time because he choked on a cookie after I told them no food was allowed on the boat. How did you keep yourself and the guests entertained during each boat ride after saying the same jokes all day? It does kind of get old, like saying the exact same jokes, but for me it's like every boat's different. It's a new group of people, so you can get different reactions from different people. I don't know, like sometimes, yeah, it would be pretty boring, but I don't know, I just had so much fun with it. Doing boats are so exhausting. Mentally, you have to just keep this energy up that like wears you out. Talking that much, obviously, it's super taxing. I lost my voice. A lot of other people lost their voices. You're outside the whole time. Even your break room is outside. You don't get any air conditioning the whole time you're working. I don't know, but it's so fun. Like, I loved it so much. I have always loved making people laugh, so like, I don't know, it was like the perfect fit for me. You get to be so sarcastic with guests and it's like funny. It comes across as being funny. As if you were anywhere else in Disney World, like people would get offended. If I ever have another chance to go back and work at Jungle Cruise, I will take it because I miss it so much. When you applied for your extension, did you request to work at Jungle Cruise or did they place you there? So if you didn't know, I started off my Disney College program working in Fantasyland, and then I extended my program and I got put at Jungle Cruise. You don't get to request where you're working in your extension. On the phone interview, you can kind of like hint at where you want to work, because when I did my phone interview, I was like, I want to work at Jungle Cruise, and they put me in Storybook Circus. But the extension is just online applications, so there's really nowhere for you to put where you want to work. I don't know, I just got so lucky because that's where I wanted to work. And I remember the day I found out I got Jungle Cruise and I literally cried because I was like, how? I don't know how it happened. It was so weird. The only thing I can suggest is just get lucky because I don't know how it happened to me. Yeah. So another thing that some people might not know is that Jungle Cruise is actually closed during the Halloween parties. That is actually the time that the skippers do their training for Jingle Cruise, which Jingle Cruise is like the holiday layover for Christmas time, where we tell all kinds of Christmas jokes and there's Christmas decorations and stuff like that. If you come to the Jungle Cruise during the Halloween party and get candy, you might see the boats running, and that's the skippers learning their Christmas jokes. Just some like little fun facts about Jungle Cruise. So some people wonder how deep the water is. It's like 5 feet. It's not deep at all. It's just deep enough for the boat. It's not deep. Also, if you didn't know, the water is dyed, and that is so you can't see how shallow the water is because it's literally so shallow. So the part on the ride after you pass the hippos and you go into the attacking native scene, that's usually when your skipper's like, get down, don't worry about looking stupid, I'm doing that for you, get down, pew 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 pew. If you listen carefully to those attacking natives, there is one that says, I love disco. Fun fact. I think my favorite thing about Jungle Cruise is how there's so many people that don't realize it's supposed to be like painful. Like the jokes are supposed to hurt you because they are so cheesy. It's like, that's the point of the ride. It's just funny because those people will get so offended on the ride. Like, they're like, these jokes are awful, like, we waited in line and this is just like, these are the worst jokes I've ever heard. Like, that's the point of Jungle Cruise. I don't know, it makes me laugh. I will tell you guys this one story about a guest. There was one time this guest rode the Jungle Cruise, and when they got off, they were just like livid. They were so angry. And then so she goes over and talks to my coordinators, and she's like, this is ridiculous. I just rode this ride. I waited in line so long and my driver talked the whole time. She just like couldn't get it through her head that that's like what the ride was. And so she like talked to my leaders and she was like, this is ridiculous, I'm going to guest relations, I want my fast passes back. It was hilarious. We were like dying because like how I'm so confused. cute. Like, your skipper was talking the whole time. Like, what did you want them to do? Like, not talk? Just stand there and like you just look at stuff? My best advice to anyone who dreams of being a skipper like I did is just like, if you're applying for a Disney college program, apply for attractions. When you do your phone interview, just really stress how much you want to do Jungle Cruise. Talk about how you're comfortable with spieling in front of large groups of people. Just like really stress it, because that's what I did and somehow it worked out for me. I think that's all I'm gonna say. If I forgot to say anything that you guys wanted to know, leave me a comment and I will be sure to answer them for you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this was a helpful insight into the Jungle Cruise, and I hope you guys learned something that you didn't know. If you laughed, thank you so much for laughing. If you didn't laugh, thanks for leaving. I hope you guys have a magical day and I will see you real soon. Bye!
A Dylan Rhodes film.